maybe on the road. Hi, this is Jim the Keys bartender coming to you from Blackwater Siren in Key Largo on Jewfish Creek and the Blackwater Sound. I'm here with
beautiful North Key Largo.
Who am I here with? Bill Wissinger, right?
Hey, how you doing?
That's Bill, the voice of Bill Wissinger, the musician, co-host, and man about town here in Key Largo. This week's episode is 69.
Woo! Don't
69.
tell Luke.
Don't tell Luke it's 69. And you know what? That's an easy softball joke to make about.
Oh, yeah.
69.
Man,
and I always said, so people ask when we played football, what was your number 69? Or whatever stuff. I told you, if I had to tell you once, I told you 69 times. Friends of mine would always say that. Whenever you throw out a random number, it would be like 69.
Yeah. You don't.
How many M&Ms are in that jar? 69. Yep. That is not what we want to do. Right there. So, today is episode 69. I'll say it a couple times because Luke's not here yet. And then halfway through the show, we'll test our theory. With what he'd say, and we'll just drop, hey, do you know what week's episode this would be? And we'll see what Luke says.
See what comes up.
Okay. Bill, last week, we had to take time to unpack this, but last week, a man, 47-year-old man named John Aglio of Pembroke Pines, Florida, made terroristic threats against the Caribbean Club and its patrons.
You know, we talked about that on the radio last week a little bit. Remember?
Okay, we didn't have the whole story.
We didn't have the whole story, but I remember because they were talking about coming down and shooting up the Caribbean Club, and I was.
Yeah, I don't think that's the first time anybody ever said that. Probably
no, because there will be return fire.
No. But I mean, out of any bar, I remember being in a bar in Philly, and someone started firing shots outside, and people said, "So where are you going?" I said, "I'm going outside." And they go, "Why are you going outside?" I said, "Why?" It was all guys in there, too. And I said, "You should leave, too. But you don't want to be inside if someone's coming in. I know it's running towards fire and stuff. I'd much rather see the gunman than wait for him."
No, see, we're always in the running out and seeing if we can get an open shot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did. Actually, Pennsylvania, we weren't like all packing heat up there. It wasn't that part of Philadelphia. Actually, it was right outside. But in this case, he made the threats, and it turns out his uncle died in 1983.
Yeah,
83. That was in the article in the Miami Herald. And I guess he would have been 12 or 13 years old at the time. I guess this was his favorite uncle. But he felt as if, I guess he was in the bar earlier.
Yeah, I guess, he was asking around, and somebody said he knew him or some stupid shit. And it just
and then his, this Sherlock Holmes unravels the mystery of, what was it, 34 years?
Yeah, 30, some random
35 years.
Yeah, I remember
going
him.
like this.
Yeah,
well,
he did.
And to think in 35 years, maybe, and I know some bars in Philly that maybe the same people could be at it, but I could. You know what? I'll tell you, not 10% of the people in that bar are there now.
No.
So,
no, unfortunately,
what a weird thing to do.
Unfortunately, I've been to most of their funerals.
Yeah, no, but that, unfortunately, I'm talking time. It's time.
Yeah, no, like I said, unfortunately,
you know,
I've
a
been to
lot of
funerals.
people. That's a lifetime for some people, and but if they were in their 20s or 30, I mean, they were more likely. Caribbean Club's always a little older. Oh, here comes Luke. So we'll hold off like. How many? We'll hold off to like 20, 25, 20 after. Let's say 20 after 4, and we'll tell them to just randomly drop it. Or, Bill, why don't you just say, hey, Luke, do you know what episode it is? If you don't remember, I'll give you another shot at it, and then I'll say it.
Give me that sign.
Yeah. So I'll just say, hey, you have a question to ask Luke.
Man, it's a gorgeous day except for the humidity.
Oh, it is. Oh, I didn't finish.
I had to go up to the mainland today, man.
I didn't finish about that Blackwater Siren thing. I did apologize. We are at the wait. Let's talk about your mainland trip. What did you do up in the mainland?
Oh, I had to go buy a microwave and get some sod and just do general errands up there. Had to go to Walmart.
Yeah, anything interesting happening?
No, it was kind of, man, it was miserable because it just rained when I got up there. So I got out of the car, and by the time I walked across the parking lot, my shirt stuck to myself. My shorts are all sticky. It's just miserable.
Well,
Luke, how you doing, Chief?
yeah. Well, what I wanted to say earlier was that we're here at the Blackwater Siren. They have a great happy hour here from 3 to 6.
Yep.
They have happy hour food at Peony Shrimp.
Bud Light and Bud bottles,
Bud Light,
$2 all the time.
CB sliders
all night long.
Fish dip, wings. Still, if you're a visitor down, or not, if you're not just visitors, anybody going fishing, you have fresh fish to bring it in, they'll cook it. And
please clean it first.
Yeah, well, I've had it one time in all the years, and one person came and expected it to be clean. But that's an interesting thing. But it is beautiful down here. We're gonna start posting some pictures, and I also want to send some acknowledgement. We have listeners in. I don't think it's necessarily San Jose, Costa Rica. It's Costa Rica itself.
There you go.
But it's people. What they show is
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
geolocations.
all the internet in Costa Rica runs through San Jose.
Yeah, we got and the funny thing is I was getting a boost in San Jose, California, and Mountain View, California, and then I just realized some of the tech carriers that are from us, they show as a source.
There you go.
Because that's where they're reaching us from. So the people that are listening may not necessarily be from that. We got Chicago, New York, San Jose.
San Jose.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure last time I was down in Costa Rica, I sent an email. I clicked the send button, and I watched a little guy run out the lobby of the hotel with a file folder.
So yeah, and there was a big. I mean, there's people listening to like 40 to 50 episodes in San Jose,
Which
Costa
mic
Rica.
you grabbing over there? What color is it?
It's purple.
It's purple. He's got a purple mic.
Okay, so we started off with this John Aglio, the guy that made the threats against the Caribbean Club and Patron. Yeah, 35 years after the death of his uncle. His question, and I guess his sleuthing brought him to a conclusion in his whatever capacity. He has a $1 million bail bond.
Bail bond.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, who would necessarily put her house up for someone who would threaten a whole group of people? 35 years later, what are the chances that
Would he just get out of jail or something?
No, he's just stupid, I guess, because we're just saying that who's more dangerous. The dangerous one, the people that say, "Hey, I'm going to kill all of you in here." The person that doesn't say it and they harbor those feelings, they're the ones that actually seem to do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we always tell each other, "I'll fucking kill you, man," but we never mean it.
Yeah.
Well, he intentionally said he didn't. I don't think he said it like that. He says he wasn't saying he was going to slay them.
He was going to
shoot everyone in there.
Shoot everybody in the crib, man. That'd be a loser proposition.
Well, that'd be like
tons
that'd be trying like to
fire.
shoot up a police station, right?
Well, and the whole thing is like 35 years ago. There's probably only a handful of
Yeah,
people that are still.
I made the
fucking
same
alive.
We were just talking about that, and Jim said there's nobody there, and I go, hell, I've been to most of their damn funerals.
I mean, Larry's there.
Yeah.
Larry.
Yeah, but
Stumpy
hell, I
was
can't-
probably there.
I can't. Yeah,
No,
he's
Stump wasn't there. Then.
Stump wasn't
No.
there.
No.
I mean,
No, but
mean,
I
what are you
can't-
gonna-
I can't
it'd be like charging every 50-year-old German with the Holocaust because they're German. I mean, they weren't around then. Obviously, there were people that actually. That's where they had the Nuremberg trials and stuff like that. Or, indemnifying. He indemnified a whole place under specious clues, whatever he had thought. He just built a narrative in his head that someone from the Caribbean Club,
Probably.
and he
Followed
thought
his
that the
uncle
person
down
would
and
still
killed him
be
on
in there.
cards.
yeah, probably summed up in "Don't be drunk and stupid."
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Don't get on Facebook all liquored up and start posting stupid shit.
it's a big, round, strong statement to say that to threaten the president, to threaten any group of people. That if you specifically said, "I'm going to go and do this to this at this place," that's a considered minimum terroristic threat.
Well, they don't fuck around with that shit now, man.
No, man, they've been busted so many
You
times.
can't even joke about it.
Dude, they've been busted so many times ignoring that shit, going, "Oh, it's just a joke," and then somebody goes and knocks somebody off. They're like, "Fuck."
Well, it's not even funny, a joke.
Yeah, no, but like
Really,
I said, they've been
saying that like that. So you don't even win the humor wars. You're not even getting a giggle out of it. It's like those. Oh, I got funny.
I'm gonna go down and put red ants in everybody's pants. There you go.
I guess this is loosely tagged to this. I found out Abby said she's surprised there's not as many people that expose themselves here in the United States as there are in Europe. And they said in Europe that happened all the time. Guys walk out and they whip their dick out.
Well,
it's never.
Is this for the purpose of urination?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's exposure. It's called exposure.
I'm going. If it's for the purpose of urination, I am probably one of the most guilty people ever for that.
There's rare instances
there are very
where
few
people
people
are actually masturbating
no.
at the time, but it's mainly just pure exposure and shame. I think they're looking for.
No, I'm looking. My bladder is full, and I got to go.
I'm
not
saying you're
over
exposed.
there.
Wait, peeing outside. I'm not talking about that.
No, they're not.
I'm talking about when you walk on a bus and there's someone of the opposite gender on the bus, or maybe not. Could be a young boy.
Or it could be.
Yeah, whatever. They just expose themselves, stand there, get a reaction, and leave maybe, or something like that. And then there's the ones that actually seek to get sexual gratification. I think it's all tied up in humiliation and stuff like that.
I don't know. I've heard that the New York subway is quite the place for fucked up shit, nudity, and
but that's because there's 7.5 million people there. You're going to have, but I'm talking. She's talking about smaller towns in Poland. I'm not. New York subway, London subway, Tokyo subway. You're going to find all that stuff. These are towns of 10 million people.
What do they call themselves, man? It's these incels. They call themselves. They're involuntary celibates. Because chicks, they're
that's
too
a new one.
Creepy, and the chicks.
Did you hear this one?
Yeah,
before?
no.
And they're causing all kinds of shit, man.
Really?
They're assaulting women and stuff.
What?
Well,
dude, take a shower, get your teeth fixed, fucking learn to have some conversation,
and get off the goddamn internet thinking that fucking all
that
the
was
girls
popular,
are like
right?
internet
Where'd
porn.
you? I heard that too.
Yeah.
But it's just
That shit freaked me out.
something someone notices.
Dude, seriously, head to the crib about 2:00 in the morning, start chatting up somebody. I promise, somebody's going to take your ass home.
Remember,
Just show up with a chum bag.
hold on a second. Before we make a thing,
I got an 8-ball who wants to party.
Hold on a second, guys. Before we make out a thing that's not a thing, it's what the media decides to focus on.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
They decided a week ago to focus on that. And then yesterday, I'm watching here, just a neighborhood 5 miles from where I live in Pennsylvania. Someone distributed several dozen flyers from the KKK, right, in Hatboro, Pennsylvania. It made national news. Now,
there you go.
I'm not a fan of Nazis or KKK, but some asshole puts out 36 copies of some flyer. And he's on the. I have to watch it on the local news in Miami. Is that really national news in a country of 320 million people?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. But
No, it isn't. You're right. See, they focused on it. And they're making something bigger out of it than it was.
Dude, I remember this is probably
You're talking about one jerk off. Yeah,
I think it was in 1995, 1996. I was working up in Scotland. One of the divers I was working with was Coase, Dutch Indian guy.
Yeah.
Real dark, because Dutch Indian islands.
Yeah.
So, and we're up in Memphis, Tennessee, and they're having a KKK rally. He wants to go see it. I'm like, dude, we can't
Really?
go. We can't go fucking watch the KKK rally.
It's like a rabbi going to a Nazi thing.
They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Well,
What's the
here's
end of the
the
story?
thing
You
is-
didn't go,
Yeah,
right?
No, we didn't go. I talked
So
about
if
it.
you
We sat in the bar.
threaten, if you threaten Nazis, which I think they
That's
shouldn't
hate
even
speech.
be able to exist. I think I have the right. If you have a Nazi flag on, I should have the right to murder you. Just like my old man had to kill a lot of them bastards to keep us fucking free.
I agree.
And it's disrespectful.
No, yeah, that's
Unfortunately,
You don't bring your
that's-
goddamn defeatist attitude to our fucking country. This is the United States. God damn it.
No, Luke,
There
we
you go.
understand your firefight. I can hate ISIS. I can hate the Nazis. But if someone's wearing a T-shirt that says that something nice about Hitler,
they should be fucking taken out and fucking brutalized.
Then who are we? If you're going to do that, who
bunch
are we?
of rednecks.
No, but who are we then when we do that?
We're a bunch of people who are tired of intolerance. Why should we tolerate the intolerable?
Then we become the intolerant.
That's it. Unfortunately, it works both ways.
Right? I mean, go all the way to left from the fascists,
no,
and
man,
then you're at Pol
There is
Pot.
nothing wrong with killing haters. There is nothing wrong with killing ISIS. There's not. Some people need to be fucking killed.
Well, see, I think it was under Kant, Immanuel Kant, where they talk about the singular assurance of your moral beliefs lead people to make decisions that are the most brutal.
Yeah, unfortunately,
accepting as an absolute that something is one thing, and that's the reason why we have people that think they hate all drugs.
Yeah.
They forget to think that tobacco and alcohol is a drug, and they're absolutist in their belief. And there's absolutists, and there's absolute evangelical Christians.
Other than tactical situations, I don't believe that I'm qualified to tell anybody whether they should live or die.
Now,
I said, in tactical situations, that's a different story.
If you are promoting violence against a group of people, you are committing a crime. And what happens in the United States? Could you grab me one? So I like this debate, and I respect your belief, Luke. What I'm suggesting is when someone does something wrong, because we're a nation of laws, aren't we? Not people. We're not.
Oh hell no.
We're not a nation of laws.
No, man. No, we're not. We're a nation. We are a nation of who's got the most money makes the rules.
Should we be a nation of laws?
We should be, but
okay, good. Okay. Should we endeavor to be a nation of laws then?
Well, we've lost that battle a long time ago.
Isn't it like, well, let's say after 9/11, right? Let's go back to like something that's almost white and black. Right after that, if the Americans stopped going out and, we're terrified and we pulled back and we didn't go after them, who would have won?
It wouldn't have changed anything. The people that died would still be dead. The chick
I do. Fundamentally, I'm just saying, if they wanted to change, if they change our the way we behave, they're having an effect. When people change the way we behave, if we get angry at the people that hate people, aren't they affecting us? If they cause us to become murderers because they're hateful people, aren't they winning?
No,
if they build a more violent society,
I don't think you can call killing a worthless piece of shit that would kill other people a murder. That's not murder.
Hey, did you ever see that movie American History X?
Yeah, I did.
You see about that? Yeah, no, you saw that. Now that's a fictional movie. It's about a white supremacist that curbed. I hate to be a spoiler alert if you've never seen American History X. No, not you. Oh. I'm talking about anybody listening. Oh. Ed Norton is a white supremacist, and at one point, several African American men are trying to break into his car, I think, and he comes upon them, and he shoots one or two, and he gets one on the ground and gets them to bite down on the curb, and then he curbs them, and it's disgusting and hateful. Even though these guys were robbing them, that's the worst type of vigilante. Pronounce that for me. Thank you. Sometimes I have a speech impediment.
That becomes a tactical situation, and then I am.
No, but doing
that becomes a tactical situation, and then I am prepared to judge whether you need to live or die.
You would curb somebody?
No, I wouldn't curb them. I'd just fucking shoot them.
After trying to rob your car?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I wouldn't shoot someone robbing my car.
No.
You can replace
my fucking shit.
Touch my shit. I'm going to kill you.
Fuck you. I don't have enough shit.
If my family's life's not in danger, I will. As soon as they do, then they forfeit their life.
No, when somebody's trying to steal your livelihood, that's bad. You don't steal tools out of another man's truck.
And you got to remember, when you're talking about fucking with my car or Luke's car, you're talking about.
Okay, well that's the way you value human life. No, that's all right.
This is talking about our entire livelihood is in that car.
I understand. What we all can have our beliefs here, and I'm suggesting even if they took away all my money.
Oh yeah, no.
Everything I had. And
money I can give up. I can't give up what's in my band.
Well, you know, once you okay, let me explain something.
Cover that shit.
From every person I've met that killed another person, there's never a mark that's not left on that person.
Unless you're a totally stone cold, don't give.
Yeah,
a
I know,
shit.
but you're gonna once you do it. Really, once you do it, there's never you never walk away from it clean, unless actually there could be if the guy's actually coming at you and even those guys are affected by that in war.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Okay, whatever. I know. These are the same guys. Let me explain to our listeners. The same guy that same two guys that said they never felt shame. And then he admitted 2 weeks later, yeah, we feel shame, full of shit.
We don't feel shame.
So let's move on to the next. So
we don't feel enough shame to
I've
change.
apologized for making other people feel shame. I brought flowers to restaurants and bars before for being at.
Okay,
being
no. Let's.
I didn't give a shit.
Agree to disagree on that point. But what was our point?
I have no idea.
We were arguing with this guy. The guy's name's John. Aglio,
the guy was going to shoot
everyone. He was going to shoot people that had nothing to do with his cockamamie ideas. And what I was talking about in American History X, that white supremacists had a change of belief system when he befriends another convict prisoner who's African American, and he changes his idea about his relation to people of color. So all I'm suggesting is not, though, if you're very hateful, it's very hard to change, but some people, like you always see people on the news, and every so often people say, yeah, I belong to the Mormons, I belong to the... I'm not equating Mormons with Nazis, but people that used to belong to hate groups.
Oh, well, so over there, they're opening up the new embassy in Jerusalem, and they send over America's most closed-minded preacher who hates
there's
Jews,
all sorts of things. There's all sorts of things I disagree with that whole movement. The whole idea that we have to do that. But that
he thinks everybody else is going to hell except for him and his religion.
I know, no. It's a hotbed. It's not helping anybody really.
Murdering people like crazy.
That's a sour situation over there. Do you not understand? I mean, if you don't understand,
I think we should just get
I might have a different view on that one.
I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying it's all bad because of what happened for hundreds of years in the Middle East. Because from World War I, when they had the Palestinian Mandate, and prior to that, when they had the...
and in 1948, when they kicked all of them out and gave the Jews their homeland back.
Wait a second. You got to know the history of it first.
They didn't actually kick them out.
They actually invaded.
They all up.
There was an up. No,
they were settled.
Then they were settlers.
They were settling. They were moving into Jerusalem because they were getting sent to Jerusalem.
Well, 48 is when they were seeking statehood.
And then the Palestinians started getting a little...
Not just the Palestinians. Every country around
started
attacking them.
Getting a little shaky about that. They're like, oh, fuck this.
When the British pulled out...
Because they all been fighting over there for 2,000 years, 5,000. I say fucking let them fight.
Well, it's a complicated situation there that doesn't... It's like getting into a family fight.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's like. And every police officer knows when it's the most dangerous situation is a domestic disturbance inside a country. That's why the French and the British didn't get involved in the Civil War. Now, we got the Germans and the Russians and the Italians and got involved with the Spanish Civil War, which was brutal.
Yeah, because they were all backing everybody's...
Civil wars
Everybody's
are the
backing
worst.
Their own horse.
The Civil Wars are always like the...
No, man, don't you remember Benjamin Franklin hanging out over in France, securing financing
that was
for our
Revolutionary War. That was...
You're
100 years too early.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Right. See, the British and the French were big... They used to receive a lot of the textiles, cotton, for their textile industry. They had huge textile industries, so they had a economic interest in the South. They had a moral interest in the defeat of the population. Morally, didn't believe in slavery, right. So they had competing ideologies in the highest parts of decision making in French and British. The people with the money,
everybody sat on their hands, and nobody did a whole lot.
They realized, well, they had a powerful North that had resources, a lot of resources, more people, that eventually, if they got good generalship and stuff, it would win. And it would have to bleed, and the South would have to bleed them out. And then eventually some of the poorer soldiers will realize, wait a second, we're just as bad off as, we're just poor people. None of us have slaves. And once they started realizing they were protecting the institution of slavery, they probably would have stopped fighting too.
Well, a lot of them did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there was whole counties.
Look at Ben McCullough.
Yep. A lot of them became raiders and all that stuff. And they pretended to be patriots afterwards.
Yeah. Everybody's a patriot.
Yeah. Everyone's a patriot until the things get really,
Everybody's
really
a patriot,
bad.
just from a different point of view.
Yeah. So on a lighter note, though, yes, and I've noticed this, and you don't have to have the same experience I did, but I've been noticing that I look at cake much like we do those young waitresses that walk by every so often. I look at a fucking piece of cake.
That might be a food fetish going on there, Jim.
No, not like sex.
Do you ever want to stick your penis in a piece of cake?
No, I do not want to. I want to eat the cake. I'm just saying there's a desire, and the desire was when you were, I'm going to say when you're interested in someone of the opposite sex, different desire than you have when you're looking at a piece of cake. And I was never a cake guy. I was a meat and potatoes guy. It was always steak and potatoes, and I'll give a shit. I wouldn't give a shit about any
I never cared much about dessert.
Someone said cake. There's cake here. I said, I don't give a shit. Do you have any hot dogs and hamburgers?
No, hell, I did. Oh, man, you missed it. I should call you.
Weenies?
I did picanha last night.
Oh,
it turned out so good. I did picanha last night. It was so good.
What is that?
Picanha? You don't know picanha? It's rump cap.
What?
It's rump cap done on a really hot. It's a Brazilian style meat. Oh man, it's so good.
What is it from?
Cow.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh, so you're eating cow ass.
It's beef.
Cow ass, yeah.
Oh, it's on the.
Man.
It's on the.
It's the rump cap.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's called picanha.
They actually don't sit on that, really, if you think about it.
It just sits there, man.
Yeah.
Got this big layer of fat on it. Oh, it was so good.
So we started talking about this, and someone mentioned to me several years ago that every 5 to 7 years, your taste change. Your taste, much like the polarity of the Earth, every 100,000 years flips.
There you go.
They're saying that your taste buds change. Now, and then when they change, and this is non-scientific, and I found very little scientific evidence of it. They say when they are changing, I don't know how you're supposed to notice that. You should be experimenting with all different types of food and cuisine.
I always experiment.
The older I get, the more narrow-minded my palate becomes.
That's what actually happens. That's funny. Out of mouths of babes comes wisdom.
There you go.
They're right. They said you have your taste buds. You have less and less taste buds, and it becomes more difficult to discern bitterness, sourness, sweetness, saltiness.
I don't know.
So
I'll still go all over the map on food, man.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's
well, Kimberly does as well. My wife, she'll eat green fucking bologna, man.
Yeah.
But she likes good food too, not just. But I mean, she'll eat anything.
We say your sense of smell and your sense of taste, and
I got to bribe her with food again. I need to drop some food by to her.
My hearing is what's I've noticed diminishing the quickest.
Well, I can't hear a damn thing you're saying, man.
You know what? This is another sad thing besides that: hearing, eyesight,
that too,
testosterone.
You know, I don't so much mind the aches and pains. I don't mind losing my hearing because I could pretend that I just didn't hear you and ignore your ass. What's pissing me off is the going blind thing.
Oh yeah, that's really just extremely frustrating.
That's just, dude. I got 3 sets of cheaters and 6,000 watt halogen light.
Let's make it a little more upbeat. You can't find another place better to go blind than down here with all the beautiful scenery.
There you go. Yeah.
Bright sunshine.
Bright sunshine.
Dude.
Okay, no, but you're talking about your eyesight.
Yeah, no, I got like a 6,000 watt halogen light and fucking 3 pair of cheaters if I got to drill stuff that I used to be able to do without even thinking about.
I know, the very small, like when you get very small instructions on an electronic device, it's almost like impossible.
Well,
so I would download that.
Luke did a bunch on circuit boards too. We both come from an old hand wound circuit board style technology, and I can't even see the pots, man.
I can't solder worth a shit anymore, man. Even with my heaviest magnifiers and brightest light, when I get something a little more powerful, a little more brighter, I go, gosh damn it, I totally fucked that up.
Yep.
It pisses me off. And I wonder why my shit don't work, and it's all because I can't see worth a fuck anymore. Yep. And I used to be able to hook up my shit in the dark. Now I can't fucking see to hook up my shit.
Well, I'm pretty good about
Luke,
being able to do that.
Use the force.
Well, I mean,
use the fork, Luke.
When I'm using a new piece of equipment and I actually have to look at what it says.
Okay, I thought you meant like with your old equipment.
No,
you
my
could
old stuff, I can
do it in a
luckily, actually, you've seen me set this up 1,000 times. I can do this without even paying attention. Bing, 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 zip. Right, there you go.
But if you throw in a different mixer that has different things.
Dude, and the problem with the new mixers is the pass. Used to be everybody had pretty much the same signal path. They went here, here, and then it went to the output. Now they've got all these A/B switches, and it goes here, it bounces off this, and you're like, the hell, man, what the hell does this button do?
See, well, I'm talking about some of the things you might start liking. Not the things you may not start seeing or hearing.
I'm also thinking the older you get, the grumpier you get.
I am grumpy.
Well, I'm talking about cake now.
Especially when I run out of weed.
Yesterday, a specific situation. Kathy came in with a half of a sheet cake.
There you go.
Or a third of a sheet cake into work.
A shit cake?
Sheet cake.
Sheet.
I don't like to eat sheet.
And put it at the end of the bar. And before, like a couple of years ago, I would just say, give a shit.
Whatever.
I mean, cake. And they'd say, have a piece of cake. I didn't even want to have a piece of my cake. When anybody had a cake, a wedding cake, I don't even think I tasted. I had a forkful of my wedding cake. But I'll tell you,
how about pie?
I had 3 pieces of cake.
3 pieces of cake.
3 pieces of cake. And everyone that came out the bar, I was pushing that cake like it was heroin.
There you go.
Yeah. That girl looks like she's a teenager, guys.
Probably, but we're still thinking about
Which
pie.
one? The one in the red right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one in the red.
Do you know these people?
Nope.
I don't know.
They're talking directly to you like that. Okay. See? Don't you? Maybe you shouldn't say anything.
Hi, Jeannie. How are you?
Yes, we know them.
That's the reason why you shouldn't say anything.
Yes, we do know them.
See that? That's shame. See?
What are you doing, sweetie? Woo!
Yeah.
How you doing?
Look at these guys.
We're doing a podcast.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah, everything's stupid.
You got a lot of. He's got a lot of nerve. You're stupid.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
You're stupider.
No, you're stupid.
Oh yeah, I think it's time that we ask him about that one to see what he says.
Yeah, we'll
see if he
throw that
If he
back out.
says something, he has to say it right now. Okay.
Oh no, I'm not going to hear.
No, let's see. I'm gonna see. Yeah, I'm gonna see, and that'll show you shame because you wouldn't have shame.
You don't have any shame.
What? Yeah, you do.
No,
You guys. That's
he won't. He'll fucking. He'll be right
See
there.
how he's acting.
Night, sweetheart.
Okay.
Good seeing you.
Okay. Ask him.
Luke, what episode are we on?
We're pretty near up to 70, ain't we? 72?
What's right before 70?
What's right before 70?
Oh, we're on 69.
69. There you go.
Yeah. What do you say about that, Luke?
Wine 'em, dine 'em, 69.
I knew he was going to
There
say
you
it.
go.
There we go.
Well,
we said we'd wait until like a half hour in the show, and then this way you could say whatever.
You did have to feed him a couple lines there.
No, that's what you have to say, and he said it. That was good. Hello. You don't have to whisper.
T-Bone's just wiggling away.
Oh, yeah? Okay. So
he thinks everybody's here to see him,
Yeah.
They are, man. They've all come to see Bone.
Some tastes don't change. But
what, bub?
I could walk by cake
Poor
anytime in the
handsome.
world. Yeah.
He's got some cute blonde at the bar. That's what he's looking at.
Yes, he's a smart dog.
He is a smart dog about that.
Well, we made it through another Mother's Day.
If I could get away with putting my nose up all the snatch he would, I'd be a happy man.
Oh. Really?
Dude, have you ever seen him work at the crib?
Or work Gilbert's in the
Never
summertime.
gets to finish.
He doesn't, but man.
He doesn't get to finish. That's not enough for me. You know?
I don't know. I think some girls would be tempted.
They haven't though.
I mean, he's a
good looking
he's a
man.
handsome dog, and he's got some tongue on him, man. He can lick with enthusiasm.
I bet he can.
Okay.
See, now we done descended into bestiality. And
that wasn't a long trip.
No,
you know?
it's never. The
well,
gutter,
dogs kind of do that number, too.
The gutter is always closer than we assume.
You know?
So what happened to you Saturday night?
Well, yeah,
Where'd
what
you
happened
go?
to you Saturday night?
I packed my shit up and I went to go say bye. I never did find your ass.
What'd you do, Luke?
Fuck if I know. I don't know.
Where'd you wind up? Where'd you wind up? Where was your...
Oh, I was planning on doing a double, so I went home, and then I got rained out. So
did you get rained out?
Yeah.
We actually played. They set up a big old tent, and we actually got we got the whole gig in.
Looks like
I only got my right foot rained on.
Oh man. Well, it was Mother's Day weekend here, and it wasn't too busy for us.
Shipwrecks had the outside closed on Sunday.
So. Yeah. Well, we Mike and I intentionally scrubbed our Saturday at Shipwrecks. We probably could have got away with it, but it was miserable and just wet, and nobody's going to be out there. And I hate playing for nobody.
Yeah,
it's just no fun.
Okay, time's up. How many people think they're talking about something someone wants to listen to?
Both of us.
Just you two. Do you understand that? That's not going to build listenership.
Well, you never know, man.
No, it doesn't.
A lot of people don't get this inside fucking knowledge of the inner
you weren't here for the early
band.
discussions where we said we had a big boost in the listenership from Miami and San Jose, Costa Rica. Because there's a lot of American expatriates.
Way to San Jose.
So yeah. We didn't have any. We virtually had
Jose.
No Miami listeners, and I have to thank, and Philadelphia too, because all the people were here. So all we have to do is whenever there's like 6 people from a place like Chicago or Madison, Wisconsin, or Sheboygan, we just bring them in. Sheboygan. I just picked it out because that's the name of a city.
Boynton Beach.
Sheboygan.
Yeah, Oshkosh.
By gosh.
That's a real city.
I know.
Oshkosh.
Yeah.
So whenever there's a group of people, you just get them on and you invite them to talk, and then they invite, hey, listen to us. We're on a radio show.
We're on the radio.
On the internet. And now,
there you go. We're on the internet.
Yeah, we're on a radio show on the internet. There was a guy on this show called, you should watch it, Silicon Valley.
Locally infamous.
Silicon Valley.
Haven't seen it.
It's about the tech industry and stuff like that. I think you guys would like it.
I was going to watch that earlier today, but I watched Dunkirk instead.
There you go.
I just watched Dunkirk. Was that a fucking great movie? Very little dialogue, right?
It's just, when you think about it, here they were, man, fucking cornered. That was before America got into it.
Okay, well, it's history, so you're really not giving it away. It's based on history, and Dunkirk was when, early on in the war, when the Germans made their push west.
And they pushed the French and English armies into the canal.
Yeah, and the French inappropriately divided their tank corps. They spread it out. They spread it out
the French
and
thing.
down the thing where they should have consolidated and attacked.
The last good general the French had was fucking Napoleon.
Well, and the whole Maginot Line was kind of
a couple. You know what? There was a couple, but it was with the France. It was very political, so really great generals wouldn't rise to the top. You would
I said, the last good one that they had was fucking Napoleon.
Was that Pétain? Was a shitty general.
Pétain.
He was a toady.
I mean,
de Gaulle was. I don't want to piss off.
De Gaulle was a politician.
Yeah,
he was a politician.
He was the one that surrendered to the Germans.
The other one, Leclerc. Leclerc was a good general.
Was a motherfucker.
Yeah, Leclerc, the French general Leclerc. He was very. He was kind of like the French Patton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what to do, but in France you had to be a politician, and America was the one where you succeeded more so on merit.
When we started, we had the whole political general system in place.
One of my uncles was a political general.
And
General Drum, he wanted to be involved in it, and he wasn't very good.
By the first 2 years after we were involved, the pretty much entire upper echelon had swapped.
Okay.
Neither was Montgomery very good.
So okay, Dunkirk. If you haven't seen the movie, what happened? It's the French and British. They're surrounded in a western part of France, about 20 miles away from the British coast, and virtually the whole entire remnants of the British Army are in that pocket.
400,000 men.
Yeah, and there were some.
They got rowboats,
and
sailboats.
eventually,
motor launches.
And they were, oh my God, there were scenes
potentially
where
across the
guys,
channel.
remember they kept on, every ship they jumped on was being sunk? It's incredible. So that movie was a lot of action, and you have to know what's really kind of, if you have a basic knowledge of history, you should read the story about Dunkirk and then watch the movie, and you'll realize it's, except maybe for the Tom Hardy part, and that may be true too. I bet that is a story. I bet there was there's probably an RAF pilot that did glide a plane in and then had to set it on fire and all that stuff. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that was
I watched it.
And that guy, the way that older man said it, when they said, "Oh, you're too old to go to war," he says, "Well, if old men make the decisions, they should also," which we were talking about before.
I've always been, they run all the old guys out of the military because we're not fit anymore.
Well, they're not making the decisions either. They're old guys that are in.
I'm thinking if you get a whole bunch of E4, E5, 60-year-olds, you really don't want to fuck with those guys. Because the whole grumpy thing has gone up, and we just don't want to even deal with it.
Imagine you made a squad of people that only had a year to live. You know what I mean?
I'm not even going to get on my little pet one.
Yeah, that'd be something.
Well, most dudes in combat that are under fire figure they're already dead anyway.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Keys Bartender.
Keys Bartender. You can find it on Spreaker.com. Spreaker.
Spreaker, Google.
With an R.
Spreaker, Google, iTunes, iHeartRadio.
Or you can go to keysbartender.com.
Not just Spreaker. Yeah, iTunes. There's like 7, 8, 12 services.
There's all sorts
and
of
we have lots of people. And we're going to be... Did it seem as if a curtain of
a cloud just came over, man.
Yeah. What?
A cloud came over.
Yeah, a curtain of humidity just descended on us.
Yeah.
It's blowing in from the south, man. We're fixing to get more rain.
Yeah, I mowed the lawn today, and it felt like Beau Geste out there. Like that thing where you're trying to make it to the next fort.
There you go.
And I got that damn push mower, real push mower, human-powered, not gas-powered, not electric.
Dude.
Good for you. At least it's nice and quiet.
It is quiet. And you know what? It's exercise, too.
Get you one of those fucking electric ones, man.
I want a little exercise, too. I went to the gym. I lifted today. I am fighting tooth and nail that age back. I'm even taking testosterone, Nugenix.
There you go. Go on.
For to repair the muscles. I'm trying to lose weight, and it's harder to lose weight when you have less testosterone.
I sold my last 2 race bikes. I have officially given up.
You've given up losing weight?
I sold my last 2 race bikes.
I know. I can't say because you're all sore and all that stuff. Thank you very much.
Brother.
Thanks, Phil.
Yep. That's Phil. He works over here at the Blackwater.
Best bartender ever.
Come and see Phil if you're down here. Come and see us if you're here on a Tuesday here or a Wednesday. I spoke to, what's the owner of Sharky's?
Who, Adam?
Adam.
Or Paul?
And who's the manager?
Sid.
Sid. He said to speak to Sid about doing an early show there. You want
we
to
can
do an early
one,
show there?
Yeah, we can do one Saturday. Or
Thursday.
Thursday?
Early?
Yeah. What time do you play on Thursday, man?
7.
Yeah, we can do it. See, that's the problem. I got to be over at the Catch about 5:30 to set up.
Well, we do it earlier.
Well, we could do it earlier, but he doesn't want to get there too early. When else?
No, I usually get there around 5:30 to set up anyway.
Yeah, like I said, but that's I got to be over to Catch to set up because we start at 6.
So yeah, man, if we're there at 4:30 and go to 5:30,
yeah, we can do that.
And I just casually set up.
Yeah, I could actually no, I can't make Cody set up gear. I can make Mike set up gear.
Okay, well. Yeah, and that'd be good because I think we're actually the numbers are going up without even promoting it right now.
There you go.
Which is going to be really interesting when we have to promote it, but we're just building up.
Yeah, Saturdays will be a little bit weird because Luke's usually working during the day, and actually, hell, we're usually working during the day. Speaking of Saturday,
weekends are hard.
Speaking of Saturday, am I covering you at Shipwrecks this weekend, or are you good?
Yeah, you're supposed to. Yeah.
Okay.
When we straighten all this.
Because I'm supposed to be at I'm still trying to find a bass player for Saturday night.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm playing Saturday night. Not that you want
okay,
a.
when we tie up. once again.
No, this will actually be an amusing conversation.
Okay, let's hear it.
Not that you want a big old upright doghouse on stage doing all the rock and roll stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be lost as hell.
What's an upright doghouse?
What I play.
Oh, okay.
Big old upright
Stand-up
bass.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because doing some funk songs and some southern rock stuff on that is reaching a little bit hard for me.
Yeah.
Remember Some Like It Hot? They used to play some peppy songs there.
Yeah. And I can do some really peppy songs, but they're all jump blues and jazz based.
Okay.
Which we're not going to do with Luke.
Okay, well, that was very exciting. This is Jim the Keys bartender. Thank you for another show, episode 69. Woo. And the next one will be 70, and we're going to, for the home stretch, we're going to get to that 100, hopefully by
Well, I should be back to normal by
September.
next week because I'm going to go hopefully score a bag of weed soon.
Oh, you're out again?
Totally fucking out for 3 fucking days, man. I'm fucking not happy.
Hey, if you'd like to support us,
Come on,
freedom,
you don't have to support.
I got you.
Luke's.
I got you smoking. We got you some smoke on.
Don't make any.
On Sunday
You
or
don't get in
Saturday.
trouble.
No.
Okay. You don't want to get in trouble.
No, we're not getting in trouble.
Okay,
We
you don't have to worry. You can talk about it on a thing, but I'm not going to sacrifice your freedom.
No, it's not my free. It wasn't my dope.
Okay.
And if they got shit to, if they're worried about that, they're fucking fools, and they need to fucking go fucking away. And
you reached the number of fucks you can say.
No. I
not
don't think
even
he
fucking
has.
close, man.
Say another something. Use another word.
I don't think he has.
Another dirty
Cock-sucking,
word. There you go.
motherfucking
There
ass
you go.
cheese,
There you
butt
go.
licking,
See?
cock sucking.
Yeah, it's so.
booger
Dude, why be
picking,
one dimensional?
eating,
It just has to be fuck, fuck,
plug,
fuck, fuck, fuck.
fucking licking.
No, I
you
don't have a
go.
word. I don't have a problem with that word. It's not diversifying, man. It's like a stock. You have to have like diversify.
Diversify your cursing.
Yeah.
Why? Fuck is such a great fucking word.
It is.
I mean, it
Who's-
has
you
every
remember that-
contact.
You remember that old
context.
comedian who was like, fuck shouldn't be a dirty word, it should be a great word?
Yeah.
You should walk up and go, well, fuck you, Mom.
I know. Well, I understand that.
You
I'm
know,
just saying.
It should give you a warm
I know, but
feeling
it's
inside.
one dimensional in use because there's a whole bunch of curse words we have. We have a rich pool of curse words to use in English language.
Oh, dude.
And George Carlin started it first.
7 dirty words.
7 dirty words, and there's a lot of new ones too.
Oh, and then
Where people didn't know. There's people out there that don't know what jism is.
No. Best one is you start dating a Spanish girl.
Yeah.
Because she runs out of words in English. Boom.
Yep.
She
Whole
swaps
bunch
to
of-
Spanish. Boom. You got a whole new set coming.
Yep.
You have no idea exactly what any of that meant, but you know you're in deep shit.
There's
Well,
some
when
of
they're
that
pissed, they talk so fast, I can't understand what the fuck they're talking about anyway.
You get punta. You hear that right away. You know you're dead. Okay, well, this is Jim the Keys bartender on another Tuesday from Blackwater Siren signing off. I'll send it to Luke, and then Luke sent it to Bill.
Luke, where are you this week?
Fuck, man, I ain't got shit until Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
Cody's back in town, or I'd get you to come cover on Thursday.
Oh, no, we're getting fucked in the ass by these fucking freebie playing motherfuckers doing the Songwriters Fest.
Oh, that's
Key
right.
Largo
I
Songwriters
know.
Fest, and nobody's from Key Largo.
Dude, there is nobody. Pat, I was going, Pat, you playing this thing this year? A fantastic, my buddy Patrick Knotts. I'll give a shout out
The
to
bitch
him.
session. Come on.
No, it's not. I'm giving a shout out to my buddy Patrick Knotts, who is one of the best Piedmont pickers that I have ever met. And fantastic songwriters. He's got 4 or 5 albums out. He called them up, and they're like, "Oh no, we're good. We're booked."
No, they're bringing in these guys that have written like new country songs that totally blow.
We're here to build up tourism in the Keys.
We're building up tourism.
Yeah.
Come on
There's
down.
a
It'll be a
songwriter.
fantastic time.
We need people to come and see us.
No,
we
but
don't
we
need
get
people here
people
to
that
rip
come
us
down
off.
here that never been here before,
Yeah.
and they like it, regardless of
And
the
instead of
songwriters
having
that
all
are
these,
here,
but they're the
they'll come
lousiest
back.
players in the world. They don't bring people back. I get bitched at. Where were you? We expected you there. We had to listen to this person
Exactly.
that sucked, and they do.
I understand, but we're still trying
But
to get
it'll
people
still
down.
be a good time. You can still get all liquored up at the bar. You can have a good
Yeah,
time.
you can
Yeah.
experience the Keys.
Especially the drunker you get, the better they fucking sound.
Dude,
Oh, man.
drunker you get, the better we sound. What are you talking
Okay.
about?
No, the drunker I
I
get,
want
the
to
better
thank
I
Luke,
sound.
Bill, and this is Jim. I see where we're going.
We're not we're getting there. Okay.
No, we got it. We can't.
So,
we're
so
just
Luke,
too long.
Jim is just so easy to frazzle.
Luke's working this weekend.
I don't want. Yeah, I just don't want it to be a thing, a bit session.
It's not a bit session. Let's see. Thursday night. I'll be at the Catch. Wednesday night. I'll be at Snooks with my lovely guitar
Samantha,
player Sam.
Yeah, man.
She's just a cutie. She's such a sweetheart.
She really is.
I hate that she's moving up to Pasco County. She's going to be up in Tampa area, coming up end of June, beginning of July.
Yeah, they pay more.
So she's going to be up.
And the price.
She's a teacher, so she's going to effectively get a
50% raise.
Well, 1/3.
Well, the money's going up, and the cost of living's lower.
Yeah. So probably close to 50% raise.
Actually, it's probably a lateral money move, but the cost of living.
No,
is a lot
man.
lower.
No, because Tampa is a progressive town.
Pasco's Hillsborough County.
Yeah. She's getting a third more her base start, and she got a music teaching position.
Cool.
Her base salary is going to be a third more than she makes down here.
They love their teachers,
so she's going to be she's tickle pink.
I mean, they love them down here, but they're
plus her boyfriend lives up there, so she's going to be tickle pink. She gets to move up there and hang out with him.
All these people.
When's she
North
leaving?
Carolina
No, it's September, October.
No,
I mean, August,
July.
All these, I was reading an article today. All these people up in North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and stuff are so pissed because they have all these. They call them halfwayers or something like that, or halfbackers, because they move all the way to Florida, and then when they, and then they get here and they don't want to pay the cost of living, so now they're all moving like to Georgia and the Appalachians and stuff.
There you go.
And they're driving the cost of the housing way up, and they're pissing all the locals
off
up there.
So
it's about time Georgia and everybody else got to fucking
There
deal with
you
a bunch
go.
of Yankees.
North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina, and all that stuff. We're going to save that for another show too.
The coast of the Carolinas, man, Wilmington, that whole area, it's just gotten
but
way
it's one
out
hurricane.
of hand.
They're one hurricane. We're all one hurricane.
We're
away.
all one hurricane away from disaster.
That. And it is 2 weeks. I'm sorry to say,
hurricane season starting back up.
It's starting in 2 weeks. It's going to be an interesting year because it's hot already.
Yep.
And all this rain that we're getting now is a tropical system.
The Vietnamese guy from South Carolina, says, "Boy, it's going to be a hot summer."
You know,
Danny Dang.
We hear that all the time. It's going to be hot summer. My retort to that usually is, "Damn, I missed the cool one."
There was a really cold June in North Carolina. I remember as a kid, 1975. It was the whole East Coast. It was like the highs were 80 at most.
Oh man, that'd be gorgeous.
No, it was gorgeous. But up in Philly, it was like 55, which is really unusual for June. And most of the times in North Carolina, it was barely warm enough to go into the lake.
Because
the lake was still.
Oh, lake's always fucking cold. Even in the summer, we used to go
one of
up,
those cedar lakes.
Dude, you go up to Altoona or Hartwell or Lanier up in the summer. You go splash in the water. Damn.
Altoona, Pennsylvania?
No, Altoona.
Oh.
Alabama.
I remember being in Minnesota, and these people invited me out to. We go to the beach. We go out there to this mud hole that's fucking 50 fucking degrees. I was like, y'all are shitting me, man. I couldn't even. There's a picture of me standing in it, just up to my toes, staring down like, what the fuck, man?
I remember my first 3-day pass of the Navy. I was out to San Diego. Dude, I went to the beach. I went to go dive in head first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Shock.
60 degrees in there.
Maybe. Probably like 54, man.
No, I jumped in the Atlantic in January when we were looking for a room for when we graduated high school. I'm going to save for another story, stupid things you do when you're young. But there's ice.
I'm still doing
There's
stupid
ice
things.
on the shore, and I got to save money on my deposit
by jumping in.
But I also got the chance to ride back in a car without heat. 90 minutes to Philadelphia in wet clothes, in damp clothes.
Yeah.
Well,
hypothermia is a good thing.
What?
Hypothermia is a fun thing.
Yes, it is. I learned a lot that day, but it doesn't cause illness.
No, just freezes your ass.
Just freezes your ass. Okay.
Let's see. And anyway, we're closing out. I'll be, let's see, we got Wednesday, we got Thursday, Friday, private party. Saturday, I'll be at Shipwrecks in the morning. Morning for musicians means about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll be at Sharky's Saturday night, and I will be at Snooks on Sunday with my good buddy Patrick Knotts, who we were talking about earlier. And we thank you all so much
And
for
every
listening.
Sunday morning, you're going to be making your apologies to your ladies about what you did the night before.
No.
Yes, you are. You're ashamed of what they feel, not what you feel.
No. That's all.
The
That's
shame's
about,
on them.
That's about once every 6 months that
How
I
about you, Luke?
that I tie a good one
Once
on.
every 6 months?
Nah.
Once
No.
every other week?
No, it's more like, minimum 6 weeks.
Well, if we're talking about Luke's,
That's the most? Once every 6 weeks?
No, I mean minimum, maximum length of time, whatever.
No.
I'm at the same as
No,
you.
if-
I
we're-
usually
if
go a
we're-
week or
I'm
two.
at the same as you.
if we're talking about Luke's wife, it's every week. I got to apologize to her for something.
She's sensitive. like
Dude, she's always up my. Last time I saw her, I just walked up, asked first, and went, "Go ahead, start chewing."
You know, we got to pick some. Hey, Towboat always comes in around this time, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that. Or goes out at this time.
Oh,
yeah.
they're
Somebody's
going out?
run out of fuel.
Okay. So, yeah.
Well, once again, we thank you all for listening. We do appreciate you hanging out with us and our road to nowhere and sometimes the gutter.
and hopefully
and-
tomorrow we're going to have Lee Sharp on.
Oh, you're gonna have Lee Sharp?
Yeah, he's supposed to.
Cool. I like Lee.
Otherwise, it's going to be Ed Carboni.
There you
It's
go.
not Ed Carboni. If it's not Ed Carboni, it's going to be someone else. We're going to wrangle somebody. Luke.
There you go.
And it wasn't Russ good last week?
Yeah, man.
Oh, you
He
had
said-
Captain Russ
we told
on?
no. Yeah, we told no. He said no religion. He said to me, no religion, no politics. So I asked about cocaine. And he said it's the same thing.
That's
Now,
not religion
it's
or
not-
politics.
Yeah, I agree.
Jesus.
There's one thing we
No,
all
it is
agree
politics.
on. Drugs are
Oh,
not.
yes, it is politics.
because
well, no,
drugs
if you
should be
make it-
fucking
if you make-
legal. It's politicians that fuck us all in the ass.
Well, we weren't
Yes.
talking about the politics of it. We were talking about what happened, which isn't the politics of the thing. And then when he said, "Oh, I didn't know," I meant hot button issues. I was saying, "Oh, you mean so no sex, no coke, no religion, no politics. Luke can't say shit."
Yeah.
Right?
Let's talk about fishing.
Yeah. Well,
we did.
We did talk about fishing.
Well,
We did.
good.
And Luke had the best question of the day. I had the short ones. Is who, what, where, when you come down here. But then we're going to try to do that every week on Wednesday because it's hard to recreate. It'd be impossible to recreate the perfect magnetism that you guys have together when you start talking about
Shit.
shit. Okay. Say it.
And stuff.
And stuff. Well, thank you again. We appreciate you all hanging out with us. We will be back tomorrow night, and we certainly hope that you can join Jim and Luke and their maybe roped-in guest. And I hope it's Lee Sharp. And we will see you guys next Tuesday.